Okay. First of all, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
How was your Christmas?
It was really nice. I sort of spent it half in. I'm really jet lagged because we've been in the States for 3 weeks before this.
Okay.
So I spent it half kind of in a semi-coma because I just slept through the whole thing. And I kept insisting to my mother that putting on lots of costume jewellery with pyjamas is the same as getting dressed for lunch. And as long as you've got a paper crown on, you're basically dressed anyway. But I got home for Christmas, but I was really jet lagged for Christmas and stayed in my pyjamas the whole day, but insisted that because I was wearing jewellery, I was dressed. I must have been quite young because I remember looking through my grandmother's fancy dress box, and my sort of stepbrother's mother had this amazing trunk full of old velvet, lots of 20s and velvet, and it was just a complete treasure trove. And so I've always straight in the fancy dress box as a child, and it's kind of the same now. You know, I think there's still that childlike element for me of kind of wanting to just play dress up, I think.
Okay.
The place really. I've got this Cecil Beaton scrapbook. You've seen it, it's massive. And Cecil Beaton, you know, the portrait photographer from the 20s, he'd actually all the way up to the sort of 60s, and that's really inspirational, you know, because you have figures from Mick Jagger to Lula Bankhead so I get a lot of inspiration from the past, but also I think, like, if you're in London, especially girls on the street and kind of your friends and stuff, I think that's who influences me most.
And are you more of a handbag lady or shoes?
I don't wear heels every day, so I'd probably say, but I always end up I have quite a few handbags, but I always end up choosing the same one. But I don't wear heels all the time. I do love them, but because I'm quite tall anyway, I think I'm very into a nice brogue.
And what are your favourite pair of shoes? Do you have a favourite pair?
I've got a pair of really beautiful Charlotte Olympia brogues. They're kind of perfect.
They're gorgeous.
Aren't they nice with the buckle? I love them. I've got them in green and brown and black.
Quite a few then.
The green and blue ones are amazing. I think what Sarah Burton's done at McQueen is incredible. You know, it was a huge mantle to take on. You know, and I think she's just done an amazing job. And her last collection was just so astounding. And I'm a really big fan of Erdem as well, and obviously Chanel and Givenchy and Valentino, and Frida from Gucci. She's been incredibly generous to me in helping me with tour outfits. There's kind of labels like Vilchenko and Suno, I basically love everything that Opening Ceremony make. Their stuff, their own label is just amazing. And yeah, so. Yes, I'm obsessed with vintage. And there's some really good places in New York actually. I like Chelsea Market. I love going to Chelsea Market on a Saturday.
And where in London that you like going to get your vintage clothes?
Yeah, there's an amazing shop called Merchant Archive, and actually Sophie Merchant, who runs it, like, we got quite a lot of stuff from there which we used for the album shoots, and for What the Water Gave Me, the little video teaser, that white chiffon kind of capey thing I'm wearing is from Merchant Archive, and in the album sleeve the pink kind of kimono is from Merchant Archive. So they've moved shops actually. They used to be, they're in Notting Hill now, but Merchant Arthur was right next to the Paul's studio where I recorded the album. So
I imagine you popped
in there quite often. 70s and the 20s.
Any particular reason why?
Well, 20s and probably 40s. 40s glamour, 20s decadence, and 70s shapes and colours, I think. Oh, definitely allergic to this game. That's such an itchiness. There's a really amazing covered market in Brixton. I live in South London, so with really amazing independent food and vintage stores. I really recommend going there on like a Saturday, and maybe like the Ritzy Picture House would be nice. I love the South Bank as well, so I'm a South London girl, so I go up to the South Bank, maybe go to an exhibition at the Tate, or...
Do you like going for a walk down the South Bank?
Yeah, right, go for like a bike ride or something like that. Brilliant. Or if I'm hungover, just lie down all day, watch boxer.